like people are coming in. We're about ready to start here. So perhaps it would be good to introduce ourselves. Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt Hall. Most people know me as LordBBH. And this is actually the first time I'm out here at MAGFest. Actually the first time I've been on the East Coast in a while. I'm already doing a panel, what the heck? Doing 2 panels. That's kind of crazy.
So Matt, what is it that you usually do? What would people know you from?
I do a stream on twitch.tv/LordBBH where I tend to stream arcade games a lot. One of those being MAGFest Roulette, which we're doing a panel for that on Sunday at 2 p.m., so be sure to check that out. And basically, I stream arcade games a lot. I love arcade games, and I also love fighting games. I really love old arcade fighting games. I'm not so much big on the new stuff nowadays, but the whole point of our panel here, the weirdest arcade fighting games you've never played, is kind of we want to focus on concepts that arcade developers like tried to put into games, and for the most part didn't really take off so well. Because I mean, if you weren't around, okay, wait, first show of hands. Was anybody around in 1991 to play Street Fighter 2 when it was new in the arcades? Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay, yeah. Because Street Fighter 2 was a phenomenon. It just took over the arcades. It was, at my local arcade, it would always be like stuck on Battle 99. Like people would just be playing it from open to close. Like you couldn't play the computer. It was just a whole new thing with people constantly joining in and playing. And it made arcade operators boatloads of money. So of course, you know, other companies wanted to get in on that. Get a piece of the pie that Capcom had carved out. And some of them did pretty well. I mean, Midway kind of stole Capcom's thunder a bit in the US, because Mortal Kombat was just took over Street Fighter 2 for the most part.
And later on, SNK in Japan, a couple years down the line, would really start eating Capcom's lunch with a lot of their Neo Geo games.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the Neo Geo games kind of had middling success at the beginning for the most part, like overseas outside of Japan, but I think around the time Samurai Showdown came out, that was like the first Neo Geo game I remember seeing lines for. So I mean, there were some companies that were doing it big, that were forming franchises that would see lots of sequels. But then there's some games that just never took off.
Yeah. So let me introduce myself. My name is Heidi Kemps. I go by ZeroChan and DevilREI online. I run a website called gaming.noi where I publish editorials, interviews, random weird gaming features about obscure stuff you probably didn't know about. Recently, I went to Japan and I published a doujinshi about an obscure 1988 Taito arcade game called Ray Maze. If you want a copy, just ask me later. And LordBBH here is my significant other. So this is his first time doing a MAGFest panel. I've done them here before. I've done the Kusoge panel. Last year I did the Fist of the North Star games panel. But this year we're doing both weird fighting games and MAGFest Roulette. And I hope you all come to join us for both of those because they should be a rollicking good time. And we're going to have audience participation for both. We've got the sticks here and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are going to be asking for people to come up to try some of these. I'm sure we might have some ringers that know a thing or two about some of these games, which is all the better. But of course, I will remind everyone that we're only covering arcade stuff. Like when we talk weirdest fighting games, like I mean, most people will always like think of like some stuff like Fight for Life on the Jaguar or Shadow War of Succession on the 3DO when you just start thinking of bad fighting games. But we're focusing on the arcade side mainly because I'm a big arcade nerd, and also because I just think it's amazing that arcade operators and distributors paid thousands of dollars for these games with the hopes that they were going to make anywhere near as much money as Street Fighter 2.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
So let's start off with our first game from a company called Video System, who you may know from the Aero Fighters series, mostly. They attempted to make a fighting game, and they had some ideas for this game.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh, so
We're dropping the nuke already.
all right, so we're moving this up. All these are running on MAME, by the way. Some of them may have minor glitches with sound or visuals. They're doomed to fight each other. Doomed.
Okay, so does anybody want to come up and play Tal Taito? You. You're the first one to raise your hand.
Matt, are you going to take attempt to play Tao Taito?
I made a video.
Oh, you're
okay.
yeah.
Oh, Dragon Charles.
Dragon.
He knows all about this. He knows all about this crap.
Test. Yeah, we are. It's just a little soft. Everybody's.
Look at this. So this game, yeah, it's a two-button fighting game, and and so like the first thing you think of when you play a fighting game is like what are the moves? You know, you'll try to do like fireball punch or you'll try to do a flash kick. In this game, you have to hold both buttons down, then do a motion. What was that? He's just running towards him. Yes. Yes. The hand clapping, that's my favorite. And it feels like every time you do it, it depends on how long you charge the move. That determines like the strength of it. Also, yeah, you get turned around sometimes.
So also, if you do a normal up close to somebody while they hold forward, like just try to kick them. I feel like I'll do a little side dart. And that's pointless.
Yeah.
So this is a fighting game where half the time you stand around doing nothing because you're just charging your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it fun to like not do anything in a fighting game and just stand there for 2 seconds to charge? Oh, there we go.
Is that why they need so much time to take them off when moves come out?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like actually a couple.
Yeah, it was like, it started at 3 minutes. Yeah, this game uses like a triple light bar system. Like the light bar goes from blue to yellow to red.
Yeah, good luck telling how much health you have. So you can tell that they had ideas. They wanted to differentiate this from Street Fighter 2, but none of these ideas were good.
Also, I don't think this game has any actual combos. Like, you can't actually hit somebody during this.
Not really.
Yeah.
Shocked by how
And this is
detailed
also the first pay to win game.
Yes, we have it on free play, so looks like I'm about to win here. What are you going to do about this? Oh,
I got full health now.
you put it away. You get your health bar back. It restarts the timer, too. I can't bear to lose. I'm going to put in another quarter, but by putting in another quarter, you've already admitted that you lost. And I guess they thought people would just keep shoveling in money. Like, and what would that do if there was actually like a coin line for this game? I don't even want to think about an arcade where there was like a coin line for this.
The guy just shows up with the roll of quarters and goes, "You didn't win."
Thank you, Dragon. Nice to meet you too.
Oh man, we haven't even shown
Yeah.
we haven't even shown like the daddy character.
The daddy character?
Yeah, the dapper dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's quite a thing.
National Grid and Aero Fighters 3. Huey versus Oh, good lord.
Martial arts masters, all of them. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna swing my arms and if you're walking,
They just did not know what to do with the special moves in this game. It's like, we have a character, we're just gonna throw them around the screen everywhere.
If it hits, it's good. We're discovering Kao Taito tech as we speak.
I'm on my last life bar. I'm about to lose. There we go. Also, like, there's some weird turnaround stuff. Why indeed? Why in this game is just a big fat pile of why. So yeah, this is something you probably never saw it in an arcade. I never ran into it at all.
Thank God.
Yeah. Probably for the best.
So,
I think we've seen all we need to see.
Kao Taito, everybody.
Outside.
So Street Fighter 2 was a big worldwide hit, and there were a lot of companies in various locales around the world that really wanted to capitalize on Street Fighter 2's success. And around this time, the arcade industry in Korea was really starting to ramp up. Unfortunately, at the time, Korea's game industry really hadn't evolved into what it is today, and Korean arcade games from this period kind of have a reputation for, well, being really janky and ripping off a lot of stuff. And this game is no exception. Next game we are going to show you is something called Dragon Master.
Apologies, Charles. Yeah, we're doing straight.
you just look at all my videos and go like, here you go.
They have some other ones. I swear.
No, it takes a second. Might be a little loud. The market quality right there.
And then it gets misspelled Jargon Master if you look at the top.
Oh my god.
They couldn't get their own title right. Space War. So if you look closely, you might notice some of the frames look, they're just straight up traces off of like Street Fighter 2 special moves. Like that is straight up Guile's backwalk animation there. I don't know what that is. That is a Chun-Li jump kick. Does anyone want to play this?
You can build one, sure. Yes. And you. Come on, let's get some two-player match.
Yeah, let's get some two-player action going. It's a 4-button game. First on the top, two kicks on the bottom. Okay.
Jedi Ryan.
All right, who's that playing us, guys?
Jedi Ryan.
Jedi Ryan? Jedi Ryan. I think I went right into it. Stop. Okay. Okay, so I'll give one tip. Klaus Garcia has a really good special move. Fireball kick in the air. It's like a spinning sweep that hits low, despite it being a jump attack. So you think you have to block it high. Fireball kick in the air? Yeah.
These jumps are incredible.
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
The coolest help. But yes, a lot of the moves in this game, they're just straight up based off of Street Fighter 2 moves. Like, Eliza here has a lot of Chun-Li normals. That fireball thing with Eliza's is actually, it does absurd damage if you hit somebody out of the air with it.
Timer scan.
This is a freaking
They are.
Pretty bad.
I have no idea what
Two punches, 2 kicks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, also I think there's fierce attacks that hit both punches and kicks together.
Oh, okay.
They could have made it a 6-button game, but they did not. What are you gonna do?
Again.
That would explode in the air.
Yeah, that fireball actually explodes into the air, and each part of it does damage.
Wow.
If all 4 hits hit together, it's like 60% damage or something.
That's not what I want.
Not very well thought out.
it's not there.
I'm out.
The Klaus Garcia runaway.
I can see a lot of these.
No.
There it is. Now what's the win code?
You know, it's
Do not I see you want to like get or we can do it impromptu.
We're not doing a tournament.
Dollar buy-in tournament. Dragon Fest.
You do that on your own time. We're not doing that.
All right, so
shit. I think I broke the stack.
that's okay.
And of course, this game has one super weird feature. There's a high score at the top. I made a save state just for this. For some reason, the game wants to tell you when you get the high score. Okay. It actually stops. Goes into a recoil animation. Because everybody who plays fighting games, they care about the score, right? Well, it actually says you at the top. You! That's me. You. That's Kyle Suplex. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Again, sorry that I'm ripping off all the key best from that stuff. Stuff needed to be shown.
Just go watch those videos too.
Yeah, watch those videos. Proclaim. Okay, so one game that I can guarantee that was not from those videos. Before Namco hit it big with Tekken, they tried another fighting game. They tried to do some new things with this one, and this one never took off.
For very, very good reason.
Not fair enough. Knuckleheads.
So
Yeah, this is a rough one.
Namco actually put a decent amount of effort and money into this game, but a lot of the budget actually went to the voice actors. Like, if you're a 90s anime nerd, you will probably recognize a lot of these voices. Like, they got Megumi Hayashibara, who was Rei in Lena Inverse, to do one of the characters. So, the budget went to the voice actors, not so much to the game. But they did try some interesting things.
They tried.
They tried. Yep. There we go. That's a pretty good, pretty good one there.
Very scared. I'm actively laughing at you. Yeah.
So, let's kick off here.
I can't parse a damn thing.
Yes, this game actually has a 4-player option. Unfortunately, we do not have enough sticks for that, so we'll show that through like the match decision. Some of the music might be like that. Okay, does anybody want to attempt to knuckle it?
Yes. Alright, and
There's an option for 4 players. Unfortunately, I don't have enough USB slots or sticks for that, but I can show part of it from the computer. So the buttons on this. There's punch, kick, and jump.
It has
There's a jump button. Have fun. Also, there's only like 6 characters. Number 1. So, there's only 2 attack buttons. So how do you do heavy attacks? You have to hold the button down and you start glowing. And then you have to release the button to do a heavy attack. That means you can't mash on the heavy attack button, which is really not great design having a small release button.
To be real though, some of this sounds really good. It's
Not so much this one. Dan Jab's unbeatable, apparently. I like the sound of the beautiful game. Always stuck out to me about this game though is that it feels like there's very little block stuff. Like when you do a heavy attack, it's really punishable. But at the same time, there's so little block stuff that kick throw is actually quite viable. I'm pretty sure to throw, all you have to do is just push forward and press a button. Daryl. Yes, Daryl the Viking. Daryl the Viking. Yes.
I think because he's making Japanese numbers.
Thank you both very much for
Winner stays, loser pays.
Let me show a little bit of the 1-on-2 mode. That's why they don't give you a jump. That's why they give you a jump. You can actually move up or down. And then again, they hit each other. They start trying to hit me. Just look gigantic.
it looks like a mess. Yeah, it really is.
I can't see why Namco never really did anything with this. I do like Gladiator. They've been in a better game. They've been up. And like the game is just instead of like showing ground counters, there's art. Things like if in a 4-player game, it's not ground counters or nothing, so they art. This game's a mess.
Yeah, this game was problems.
Well, you can actually throw somebody into the other guy. This is my own scrap for the game. Just jump in and do throws. I got body.
Game sucks.
What is wrong with minus everything.
And somehow counts as a win for both of them.
Yeah, they like made it to be like a game show because like the plot of this game, like the grand prize winner gets like $70 billion or something ridiculous like that. It's not. There we go.
Might have to lean in a little bit more.
Gotta swallow the mic.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So now we're moving on to Western-made stuff. So Mortal Kombat was a really big thing.
Everybody already knows where we're going with this one.
So who here remembers a little game called Time Killers? Who here remembers the sequel?
Much less, yes.
Much less.
Most people saw Time Killers. It got a really bad Genesis port. It kind of got some distribution, but Bloodstorm,
Not
yeah.
so much. Lord knows they tried to promote this thing. So yes, this is the same company that made Time Killers and also the same company behind the Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Incredible technology.
Also, if you're a little squeamish, the intro is kind of a little on the gory side. I can't believe they actually had this running in arcades.
It counts heads and arms. What could that mean? What?
Yeah.
Oh, this game's extreme.
So I'll try to show a couple things first.
That's the best this game has, by the way. This looks like some really awful Amiga jank.
Yeah, it kind of has that look to it. One thing that's kind of interesting that I didn't take full advantage of before the stream, it actually lets you put in a password, and that password will actually like save your progress as you play. So this is a kind of a Mortal Kombat button system, but it's like 2 punches, 2 kicks, and a block button in the center, yes. But okay, computer. Okay, there. Don't worry,
Yep. What happens when fatalities get old? Everything's a fatality now.
There we go.
Kids love it.
That really bad boomerang.
I love how it just kind of flops to the ground. Like,
Trying to do the fatal, bro. I'm just trying to win a match here. Then the fun begins.
come on, Talon, you gotta cooperate here. We're doing the panel. I can't believe you actually like have
Some text for this game?
some
Yeah.
tech for this game. Yes.
Kinda. I know one combo, that's all I need. So you can trash talk after the match. Sorry, buddy, this is you're right. Give me a hit. Block that 3 seconds.
I'm sorry.
a Neo Geo game called Voltage Fighter Go Kaiser that we're not going to show. But yeah, and so the thing about this game is that you have to, if you want a good ending, there's like a bunch of different characters. There's like, or hidden characters. There's like 9 hidden characters, I think, that you have to find. But you're never gonna find them all in the course of one game. So they want you to play like multiple times. That's why they have the whole password system that keeps track of everything.
Right, and they tried to promote the cost of this game. You may have noticed that, you know, they say go buy EGM. They want you to do that so you can find out like how to get the hidden characters, all the special moves, how to do all the trash talk.
Yeah, they actually sold a guide. Like one of the hidden messages says like send money for a Bloodstorm handbook. I think I just got hit by my own boomerang, by the way.
Well designed.
Oh my god.
That's going in.
Most importantly, yeah, Bloodstorm.
I'm just trying to get you the other side.
So this was about the time when Mortal Kombat actor Dan Pesina, who played Johnny Cage, had a bit of a contact dispute with Midway. So there was a rather famous ad in which you see Dan Pesina dressed up as Johnny Cage in front of a Bloodstorm machine, and it just says, Johnny Cage has switched to Bloodstorm.
Oh, I love it.
Bloody slushy. So you can actually throw them into the spikes in the back, but I don't remember how to do it. Like, this game has a lot of hidden stuff.
It's like they look at Mortal Kombat and we're like, this game has a lot of hidden fatalities and friendships, funny things you can do in the background. Let's one up that. That's kind of a thing with a lot of these MK films. They always try to one up the violence, one up the hidden stuff.
So there's like a total of 120 trash talks that you can do after the round. Why? I don't know. It's fun. It's an interesting concept, I guess.
I think that's enough Bloodstorm.
I want to see that fun stage. Like, there's actually codes that you can put in to go to any stage you want, but good luck remembering all that. Let's see if I can just get the computer now. This one.
Here we go.
I love that bad scene in the background. Yeah. Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm. I can't get over that. It's so bad. It's so small.
There we go.
I mean, the game delivers on the gore. It has blood in the name. It has lots of blood.
Yep.
There is that. But yeah, it'll keep track of the number of wins, the number of heads you've chopped off, the number of arms. So I like the idea of having like an account that keeps track of everything. That's actually a good concept. As you can see, like the default is 81 wins. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So they wanted people to play a lot. So you have to get 50 just to get on there.
It's like 50 wins in an arcade.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, luckily it's not like a win streak, it's just 50 total. Okay, get that off.
So this game you really have never played because it never made it out of prototype.
Some people have still played it though.
Some people have still played it. It's kind of infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Yes. So, this was made by Data East's Pinball Division.
Pinball Division, yeah.
Pinball Division, yes.
Also, this game is really quiet. I hope.
Yeah, for some reason the audio in this one is really quiet. We don't know why, but we think the game kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. But yeah, this one I'll just try to show a few things because one of the things they touted for this game is that it has a lot of fatalities. The attract mode actually says it has like 2,190 fatalities, which is wrong. But yeah, there's a big lore dump at the beginning about Mystic Ink and the color guard. This intro goes on for so long.
Yeah, the producer from Back to the Future was actually involved. This is a story he came up with.
Yes.
They just had some contact with him because they made a Back to the Future pinball game.
Mm-hmm. Demo sound doesn't matter.
No, it's on. I can hear a part of it.
It just keeps going and going.
Yeah, there we go.
So yes.
So this game is peak 1994.
They almost want to be David the Company here, but
AC Current.
yeah, we got to go with Carla Keller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what stories were big in the news right now?
Oh my God.
We have a killer ice skater out for revenge. 1994, huh?
Shit, we need Chris.
1994. Derek O'Toole, yes. So this game is pretty much straight up Mortal Kombat. It has the same button configuration: high punch, low punch, block button, high kick, low kick. But it also has the tattoo button. The tattoo button is basically just a free special move. Like there's a little indicator at the bottom under the health bar, with little red dots. You get a free special move out of it. Also, she has a psycho pressure.
Yeah, those Mortal Kombat uppercuts.
Also, yeah.
Everybody has the universal fart command.
Back, low punch. Everybody can do that. The funny thing is, you can actually turn it off in the dip switches.
Oh, we should show the dip switches. Those
Yeah.
are comedy.
But first, we gotta do some fatals.
Listen to that backwalk animation. Yeah. No,
Yes, there's regular parts, and then there's flaming parts. Yes. And that's a universal fatality that every character can do.
Let's go. AC Current.
There are a lot of universal fatalities that everybody has in this game. We'll do some of the other ones. There we go. Yeah, Cyberpunk Johnny Cage. AC Current. Oh yeah. Also, I like how the life bar just explodes in blood at the end. Should I do that? Okay. Good idea. All right. Yeah, we don't need to show multiple stages of this, I don't think.
Yeah,
I like that animation when he gets stuck.
So this was almost finished when it was unceremoniously canceled. There are numerous dev accounts of this game, and all of them wound up hating it at the end.
So we mentioned that. Yeah, you can run over the guy with the DeLorean. That is the thing that can happen. Also, you You can transform them into Renaissance people, sure. Hey, ladies, kid. Oh, that's the same one. That's a special move.
I've never even seen that move before.
Yeah. Trying to.
Hey, could you burger time one more time so I can get a picture?
Yeah. Like you can pretty much just mash buttons and yeah. That's the same one. And then there's this one fatality that I'm not sure what they were going for with this. I don't think this is working as intended. I'll let you be the judge. Turned into more turkeys and just juggles them back and forth. I don't think that's what they were going for, but what were they actually going for?
I don't know, but there's some great fatality compilations of this on YouTube. including
Definitely
a lot of
watch that
specific
if you want to see
stuff.
more of this. And also check out bunnyears.net. That's Dan Amrich's site. It has a lot of stories about the development of this game. Like apparently the beta testers that they paid to like beta test the game, they got caught like playing other games on company time. They couldn't pay people to play this. It was that bad. Also,
Yes.
the game adjustments:
Flatulence,
flatulence, diarrhea, blood.
Vomit, nudity, jewels.
I think Jules refers to nut shots, cross shots. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then of course you can change the violence, but why would you want to do that? It doesn't go past excessive.
Yeah. So,
Let's move on.
people know Sega in the fighting game world mostly for things like Virtua Fighter, and if you're like me, you care a lot about Fighting Vipers 2, which unfortunately we don't have time to show here. I would love to, but before Virtua Fighter, Sega was trying some really experimental stuff in fighting games. They were just really trying to come on to a concept that would be a hit. And they went some weird places.
Yeah. So people think of Virtua Fighter as the first 3D game, the first 3D fighting game. It uses polygons and all that. This is a different attempt at 3D, not involving polygons though.
Coliseum?
We'll get to that. We're definitely going to need volunteers for this one, by the
Oh
way.
God. Okay. You pick Matt.
Saw your hand go up first. Pick one. Who else?
You there.
Fighters on edge. I think this is only 2 buttons. Oh no, it's 5 buttons. That's right.
This game is so good.
So, look at this garbage. Controls are key punches, kicks, and jump. Jump is right here. Because you can walk up and down. All right.
Oh, good lord. Oh, man, this is a nice
Meet your opponent.
That guy's just literally me.
All right. Not a very large roster.
There we go.
So remember, you can walk up and down. Doesn't this look fun?
Where are you?
So you might be asking yourself, how do hitboxes work in 3D like this? And the answer is
No. You approximate.
yeah.
Oh, this can't be jump though.
It's great. It's great having that perspective where one person just blocks the other one entirely. That's those are some next level strats right there. Whoa!
What is that animation?
Can't see. Oh shit!
Oh, it's a swim animation.
Way cool if I knew what the hell I just did.
I'm afraid I can't help you much. I don't know all the special moves for this game. I can't imagine why I haven't sort of played this much.
This is terrible. You just can't. What would you ever want to get in punch? What's new special?
Yeah, I felt like jumping around and doing kicks was a viable strat this game.
How is it useful?
Because like a lot of the kicks, they stay active for most of the time. I think. Winner thud. That's too close to the camera.
What year did this come out? This was like 92, 93? It's definitely before Virtua Fighter.
It's a 92 on the track screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
92.
92.
Yeah, so this was, not like maybe a year and a half after Street Fighter 2.
It's pretty close. I think it was the same year.
Oh, gotta go. What's 93?
These backgrounds are pretty good though. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot else to Dark Edge. You kind of have to play it to really like understand the full depth of its chain. This next one, though, it's wow.
Yeah. So,
So who here remembers a game called Time Traveler? It was
Yeah.
in this little hologram thing Sega made.
yeah, they released it in 1991, and yeah, it was this big round white cabinet that displayed a holographic image. You could reach out and touch the image on the screen. And in Time Traveler, you were a cowboy traveling through time, killing people to save a princess or something. And it was basically like a Laserdisc game like Dragon Slayer and all that. And so it kind of died off pretty fast after the original hologram thing. Just like it was like, okay, this isn't a very good game. And now arcades were stuck with Time Traveler cabinets because nobody was playing them. So what are you going to do with them?
Make a fighting game.
Yes, after the fighting game craze happened, Sega said we're gonna make an upgrade kit. So everybody that has these poor unloved Time Traveler cabs will now have a fighting game.
And they created the worst fighting game ever.
Yeah, I will make the argument that this is the worst arcade fighting game. I will explain why. We played Tal Taito. Yes. I will explain my reasoning when we see this garbage. And I don't want to. It's debatable, sure. We could debate. But,
Whoa! Look at that.
yeah, notice how the image is like curved. This is to simulate the whole hologram thing. So, who wants to play this?
You don't want to play?
You in the blue sweater?
Yep.
All right. I'll send you a dark edge.
And who else? Okay, so this game has 2 buttons. Punch and kick. Punch, kick, move around. That's all you get. Let's start. Yeah, you get a total of 4 characters here. I'm kind of disappointed he wasn't picked. So you know how other fighting games have things like being able to walk back and forth, or high jumps? You know, just the concepts of zoning. That doesn't exist in this game. You are constantly in the other person's face. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out how move priority works in this game. You just kind of mash buttons, hope for the best.
What is that little
I depleted your french fry.
Yeah, don't you love vertical health bars? I would actually make the argument that this is not so much a fighting game as it is Rock'em Sock'em Robots. This is basically what this is, except not as fun. Oh man, I love it. What are you gonna do? You can't get out of the corner.
This game is just nothing but a giant
But you might have found the good kick.
I might have.
I'm just doing one thing. I'm not even taking it up at all.
Sometimes it's gonna hit, sometimes it doesn't. And every now and then they just get knocked over. I don't know how.
What is this?
Yeah, we gotta do the shuffle back and forth.
Yeah, you can kind of walk back and forth. Good.
Generated.
Oh, time.
Timer scans.
Flex on. And then they just disappear.
Yeah, that's really all you need to know about Holocene. There is nothing to this game.
Pick the karate guy. The karate Chris Farley guy. Yeah, we need to see his name.
No worries.
The second guy. Every time he comes up, it's more fun.
God, shut up.
There's no way to shoot this guy.
Dave, the karate master.
It's just someone's dad who got a gi.
The game actually announces him as Karate Shihan Dave.
So, fun fact, the punch and the kick
Don't fucking work. Yeah, I
Oh,
know
yeah, I'm thinking the kick button.
Nothing works in this
Same thing
game.
that the punch button does happen.
I'm convinced my character does not have any actual punches. All he does are kicks.
Yeah, it might just be 2 basic attack buttons and it varies based on character. I think it's maybe light and heavy.
Maybe.
I got my own son.
I think it's going to be a same attack if I press a different button sometimes.
Yeah, things happen in the game. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
This game is so bad, I was literally rooting for my opponent to end it.
It's sad to say, but I think think Time Traveler is actually a way better game than this.
Time Traveler has charm to it.
Yeah. You get to murder baseball players for no reason. That's great. I have no idea what the special moves are in this game. Special moves. You guys can stop playing.
Thank God.
I'm so sorry.
So Matt, we've seen tattoo assassins. We've seen some killer tattoos.
We have seen some killer tattoos.
But how about some more killer tattoos?
Oh yeah.
So, Conoco, interesting company that made a lot of weird games. And they got in big on the digitized fighter trend. It's one of the few Japanese companies that really started making a lot of digitized fighting games. This is actually a sequel to an earlier game they made.
Shogun Warriors.
Shogun Warriors, yes.
Or Fujiyama Buster.
Yeah, that one was sprite-based, very early Street Fighter II clone.
And not very good.
Not very good, but this is something.
This is actually the best.
Blood Warriors.
Oh yeah, it's also known as Oedo Fight in
Oedo
Japan.
Fight, yeah. So this is kind of, they kind of want to jump on the Mortal Kombat bandwagon with this as well.
Anyway, I'll do a quick demo.
Yes, Matt, is that your dude?
Am I gonna quote the video?
Yeah. You should have a dude in this game.
So this is really close to being a decent game, but it kind of has some problems.
It certainly looks janky as hell.
Yeah. Can you see my killer tattoo? Yeah, actually they redubbed all the voices for this English version compared to the Japanese version. Pretty much every attack just brings out gallons of blood. Just tap them in the foot.
How about the they're like a Fist of the North Star character?
This game has a weird super meter system underneath the health bar. Like when you block attacks, the meter goes up, and then like your next special move gets enhanced like that. Also, this game has the easiest fatalities. And it's automatic. Oh, there he is.
Sick manager indeed.
They actually make all the special moves for each character. So yeah.
Pretty much not, yeah. It's not far off.
A walking stand happens in it.
You can't help but feel bad for this girl because you know that she is like some programmer's daughter or something. She did not want to do this.
She does not want to be there.
Yeah.
There we go. Ryan, I gotta be like quick. Oh, hold on, I gotta focus for this fatality.
This is the best part.
Here it comes.
This is
Here it
it.
comes, guys. Sorry.
Wait for it.
That poor girl.
I remember you showed me that picture of like a cabinet in Japan that just had like a picture of her. on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrifying.
Just a picture of, they just put a picture of Kasumi on top of it.
Were these people
excited people in the background.
Everybody in this game is like really, really high.
Now the computer's not behaving. I don't have the timer down on that yet. Also, this game has some weird moves like that that spinning thing she does. It's a half circle, but no button. And not push the button. I don't know. I mean, you look at characters like Raiden in Mortal Kombat, you can do the torpedo just back, forward, so.
Yeah, you want to learn how to do an effort in it?
I mean, I kind of like this game, but like I said, it has some problems with like the block stun in this game is way too short, so it's kind of a turtle heavy game. Oh god, there it is.
Well, this wasn't the last digitized game Conoco would make, but hold on a second, Matt. This next game, it's somebody's game.
What game are we playing next?
It's a game. It's somebody's game. I forget who.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
You know?
No, I don't think that's it. It's gonna come to me.
This game is legit.
So, Conoco released a game before this called Jackie Chan the Kung Fu Master. And that version only had 6 characters because you can't actually play as Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's actually a boss. He's 3 bosses. So it's kind of ballsy to name your game Jackie Chan and then not let the players play as Jackie Chan. But luckily they learned from their mistakes and they made Jackie Chan and Fist of Fire. And this game's kind of seen a resurgence. Like a long time ago, Mikado put out some videos, and that kind of got people interested in playing this. So this game is it doesn't play anything like you would expect like a digitized fighter or even like a 2D fighter to be like, because jumps are super slow and floating. Jumps are not good in this game, but dashes are really fast, and you can cancel them with a block at any time. So dash pressure ends up being really good. Also, there's weird stuff like there's OTGs. Yeah, you can counter them after the match.
So if I remember right, there's actually a Jackie Chan and Fist of Fire tournament going on here at MAGFest.
Yes.
And it's going to be glorious. Like, we need to emphasize this game is seriously like the most legit thing we've shown here.
Kind of some fatalities, depends on like what move you hit somebody with. But you can't do fatalities on Jackie Chan because we all know Jackie Chan's immortal.
Jackie Chan is immortal, and he also, like, you can't knock Jackie Chan down after a fight. He gets up and just tells you, getting better, or good fight.
I'm gonna get computer Jackie.
Wow, what is that first box?
So, like we said, there are actually 3 Jackie Chans in this game. This is Chairman Jackie. There is also Dragon Ball Jackie.
boss character in the first game, so you couldn't actually like do fatalities. Yeah, there's some, like, there's a lot of chain combos. There's, every character has like a preset secondary chain that they can do. You can also do combos by just mashing the jab button. Those are not very useful.
Wow, I can't believe Arc System works full from fire.
It's getting better. It's so rude. What the hell? But yes, this game is very legit. It has a kind of a die-hard following. You can actually play it on Fightgate too.
It's extremely charming.
Yeah. Nice roll. I didn't even mean to do that. Yeah, this game's good.
This game's quite good. I would recommend you try it. It's not like any digitized fighter out there.
Oh, my.
So, moving along a bit, after World Combat clones, and kind of before 3D fighting games really became a thing, there was a small uptick in games that really wanted to be like Killer Instinct.
Yeah, Killer Instinct was a major success when it came out, like in late '94, I think it was.
Yeah, and one people who wanted to get on that success was Atari Games. Now, Atari Games is perhaps more notable for having more canceled fighting games than they do actual release fighting games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some other games we'll be showing, like they made Cyberstorm. The Time Warner division made Primal Rage 2, which is actually playable now and is actually quite legit. I'm kind of sad we don't have time to show that. And a 3D fighter called 10th Degree. But we're focusing on one that looks more like Killer Instinct because the whole pre-rendered graphics was a bit of a craze in the mid-90s.
And believe us, like nobody knows anything about this game, which is why we're going to drag some of you guys up to play it.
Yeah.
This game is called Vicious Circle.
Vicious Circle. The fact that nobody like perked up and was like, "Oh man, Vicious Circle," kind of speaks volumes. Super Venture.
Oh, God.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh wait, oh you already came up? Oh, come on, sit back there. This guy right here.
King Knucklehead.
Who else? We're trying not to do. If you already came up once, we kind of want to give more people chances.
This guy right here.
Yeah, I know you want to embarrass your friends, but. All right, how about you in the front row there? Being pointed to. There we go. This is a little slow, has some sound drops, so.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure on the on even the button layout. As far as I know, there's 3 punches at the top, 2 kicks, and then button 6 is like your overdrive button or something. There's like a meter underneath, and if you push it too early, it just goes not yet. So I call it the not yet button. But I'm pretty sure there's 5 attack buttons. The not yet.
Yeah, this is mid-90s as hell.
Chainsaw with capital S. So yeah, I don't really know too much about how the engine works. It does appear that there's like some form of like chain combos, but I have no idea what chain and what. Like, there's some very basic combos. This game definitely has like fatalities too. I triggered one, but I have no idea how I did it. And there's like not much in the way of like facts for this game. Like
Yeah, this came out, it was like location tested maybe once or twice, and there's like no documentation for this thing.
Yeah, nobody's really like put together a good guide for this. There's no scene for this game. Not yet.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Okay, it's not gonna drop that shit. Whoa! No, sick. There's like no pushback on hit. We can do one more match. Rob, yeah. Character select screen. You know what's killer is like this?
Yeah.
Slide it over. Oh, we got special moves. I love the not yet button. There's like hardly any pushback on these hits. There we go, 4 hit combos. And it's weird because like when the round ends, they'll jump over to like the center of the screen, but they'll be on the same size as they were. So that means that like player 1 can actually be on the right side starting the second round. Yeah, that's the when your super meter like when you have enough meter, that's actually berserker mode. I wish I knew the fatalities. I wish I knew how to.
Somebody get in on Vicious Circle and document all this stuff. We really need.
We need to figure this out.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you both. So, now for our finale, we are going to have
A special event.
A special event. So, like, who here thinks they are hot shit at fighting games? Like, really, really absurdly good at fighting games?
That guy brought us.
Yeah, we see a few. Yeah.
If you want, how about we make maybe a little line over here of people who want to give this a try because
Yeah. Let's start the line now because
Yes.
we're gonna be going through this quickly. We're gonna.
this is gonna be pretty fast.
I already figured it out.
So,
This man brought his own stick. Wow.
Taiko got in on the fighting game craze as well, and they released a little game called Kaiser Knuckle that you probably have never heard of. Kaiser Knuckle is kind of notorious in that in order to fight the true last boss, you just can never lose a round. That's the only way to get the game's ending. But in order to actually beat this boss, I can tell you that extremely few people have ever seen endings to this game.
And I mean, when you look at the game, like it doesn't look too bad. Like it's a pretty basic fighting game. It's nice and colorful. The characters
Button
are alright.
layout, commands are pretty simple to figure out.
Yeah.
But yes.
But yes, there's a very notorious end game boss that if you are lucky enough to reach him, his name is the General. He is the perfect soldier.
It's time for the general challenge.
Good luck.
Watch him beat him on the first shot. Or else he'll go, okay, he's going to do anything. He's going to beat us.
You don't have much time with character select, so if you want to let's do that.
Sir, I believe in you. Do it. Because I don't want to have to do it.
You're in too deep now.
It's true, I can't back out now.
Yeah,
6 buttons.
Street Fighter 6 buttons.
It actually has like other attacks if you push both buttons together, but don't worry about that.
That's some presentation.
Worry about survival.
What?
That was a three-way projectile.
You didn't tell me you had a stand.
Pretty much 5 buttons.
Tell me he had his stand.
He is the perfect soldier. He is the perfect soldier.
That combo, by the way, that fireball and the slide kick action combo. Get out of this one. Valiant effort, sir.
Yes.
Next.
It's tea time.
It happens.
You got to play as the general.
So let's review all the things the general has. He has a normal projectile, a three-way projectile. I think it's three-way. But he has a slide kick that hits 3 times on block and is plus. He has a teleport.
Spots are wearing.
And he's got normals that just have insane speed and priority. You're the chosen one. You got him down to like 60% health. Good job. A valiant effort.
I'm looking up cheats for this game right now.
They're not going to save you. There is actually, people have found one specific pattern that sometimes works on them. Other than that, you just have to be, really lucky. Or you just have to find another pattern because it's the general.
This map has actually beaten the general.
It took I do have a video on YouTube. If you YouTube like Kaiser Knuckle General Challenge, I actually did it with Leequa. I was actually streaming it at the time. Lord Jimmy Bones on Twitch has also done it. I think he used Wulong. And like I said at the start of this, Mikado actually does special streams where it's just the general challenge. They just have people putting in money trying to beat the general, and you can find those videos on their YouTube channel.
Mikado being a pretty famous Japanese artist.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh, nice trade.
I got a hit in. I've got one hit.
One hit.
The Twinkle Star Sprice champion. He won the Twinkle Star Sprice tournament yesterday.
I believe in you.
Oh, you don't believe me, but
Oh, yeah. You can do it.
You want Max to die? He will try to beat
You got the Wulong strap. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the command. Oh my God! 6 seconds. That's what happens with the general. Yeah, you pretty much can't push a button during the slide. You just have to sit there and take all the hits.
Oh,
keep walking. Alright, so. Oh, right. Is that rematch?
Yeah.
Okay.
They call it re-challenge.
Okay. Who's an easy character? With easy inputs. Screw it, I'll be Marco.
He has like a mash button move, I think.
There's a mash button?
Yeah. Yeah, he does this weird spazzy thing.
Alright, have a mash
He's
button.
like, he has like a toddler.
I'm already mashing buttons, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, he did the move.
Oh my god, teleport.
Teleport into grab. It is the cheapest. Disrespectful. So disrespectful. Teleport to the other side, then throw a fireball. He could have done whatever he wanted.
I got a hit!
It's a moral victory.
That space is out so much, and you can't fucking get it. Damn. Fuck that
So I'm not sure if this is true, but I remember hearing that Taito apparently after they realized just how ridiculous the general is. Like they actually issued an apology to Japanese arcades. Like they faxed an apology and said you should probably put this game on the easiest difficulty level. Not that it actually changes much when you get to the general. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but I want to believe it. Nah, I think that was worth it. It happens. There's nothing to feel ashamed about. The disrespect.
I thought I could be safe, but
Got this.
Okay. It's not gonna help.
Kaiser
Don't
Knuckle.
jinx it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she has a pet monkey. And a bird. Nakaruru and Cham Cham put together.
Throw the monkey at him.
How's the slide? Oh, you got hit in the air. When you get knocked, when you do an air-to-air attack, you bounce out and you can actually do an attack, but they can also juggle you. It's kind of a weird juggle system. 2 slides in a row. You can just do it the entire round if you wanted to. Oh. That actually feels like one of the keys to beating him. You have to land and tap on it right as he's getting up, because you can sometimes get him to start his fireball attack, but timing is of the essence. We have to end at 11 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, we got 5 more minutes to do more challenges, so.
Kaiser Knuckle. There was actually a follow-up that was planned for this called Dan Kuga. It was actually the ROMs for that were dumped and they're playable in MAME, but it wasn't officially released. It didn't make it out of the location test. It's kind of a rebalanced version. They kind of added some stuff. It was actually one of the first arcade fighting games to have a.
Man, what a crust though, seconds.
It was one of the first arcade fighting games to have a training mode built in. And in the follow-up Dan Kuga, they actually made the general a complete wuss. They learned their lesson. They realized nobody was going to see the endings otherwise. It happens.
It's okay,
Best of luck.
That sounds like SK.
I believe in you.
We've got 4 minutes. Can anyone beat the general in 4 minutes? Probably not. Every attempt I've seen has taken hours.
There was one person, if anybody's ever seen McCall 45 streams, he actually did like, I think over 100 credits of this, trying to beat the general, and he gave up.
Really?
Yeah, it happens.
What's the power meter do?
When the power meter fills up, if you hit somebody with a special move, it does more damage.
It also destroys the tank a little bit.
Yeah, it destroys the stage a little bit. It like does these lightning spells. I don't know what the ninja has. He has a throwing star. He's got some spinning move.
Oh no.
Was that a 3-hit combo? I think it was.
Oh no.
50%?
That's zoning. Those footsies. He is the perfect soldier.
Why did they make it so perfect?
Perfect's in the name. I don't know. Like I think they might have rushed this part. Like they just didn't test it, or like whoever the developers were, they knew a loop. But all right, this is going to be our final competitor.
Give him your energy.
Good luck, Belmont. You got this.
Your energy.
I think I got that like stage 5 in this game once.
Oh, I know who you're going to get.
Oh, I know who your boy is. You're damn right.
Boy Bartz. Bartz was actually the best character I could find for getting through the regular game, because even not counting general, this game's AI is kind of brutal on the early stages. Because they expect you to get here without continuing to actually fight the general. You have to earn it. It's ridiculous.
And like I said, the only way to see a game's ending, like a character's ending, is to beat the general, which, yeah, that's happening.
Yeah. And then when you actually beat it, like the ending text scrolls by like super fast.
He totally just grabbed me out of my door.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Go Bart!
Hitboxes, what are those?
Now I see. What's that?
What is that?
Oh, shit, I got dizzy.
Dizzied off the throne.
Down the efforts. So yes, thank you for coming to our panel. Our next panel will be Main Roulette Live at 2 on Sunday. So it should be a nice way to wrap up MAGFest. Again, we'll be having audience participation if you want to play random weird arcade games that maybe are not fighting games but are still kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely come to that panel.
There's a much better good to bad ratio there.
Thank you all, and I would.
Thank you.
If you get picked, I apologize, but you will have another chance at Main Roulette Live.
Yeah.
Perfect soldier.
Go Thomas.